it go. I wanna lose control. Oh, I'm ready to roll. And I've been daydreaming about this night for a long time. I wanna dance with you under the light. I toasted a wild one. I toasted a good life. I toasted the lovers. A toast to you and I. I toasted a wild one. To you and I. To you and I. I'm on the edge. Feels like I've been walking on ice. Wanna let everything go and feel alright. When I hear the drums and the heartbeats, sweat drip down our bodies. Oh, I know we're living. 100 down, we gonna have a good time. 1,000 hands up to the sky. We gon' get toasted tonight. I've been feeling it all day. I wanna let it go. I wanna lose control. Oh, I'm ready to roll. And I've been daydreaming about this night for a long time. I wanna dance with you under the light. I toasted a wild one. I toasted a good life. I toasted the lovers. A toast to you and I. Toasted a wild one. To you and I. To you and I feel the party coming on, and I know you'll come along when you hear it in your ear. Yeah, I know you're feeling the way we're moving. Nothing can stop it. We gon' let on it. I've been feeling it all day. I wanna let it go. I wanna lose control. Oh, I'm ready to roll. And I've been daydreaming about this night for a long time. I wanna dance with you under the light. I toasted a wild one. I toasted a good life. I toasted the lovers. A toast to you and I. Toasted a wild one. To you and I. To you and I. I toasted a wild one. I toasted a good life. I toasted the lovers. A toast to you and I. I toasted a wild ones. To you and I. To you and I. 100 down, we gonna have a good time. 1,000 hands up to the sky. We gon' get toasted tonight. Can't let it fade. We got a sparkle in our eyes. Can't let it wait. I'm counting down until we start. We're renegades. We come to play. Yeah, we play hard. 100 down, we gonna have a good time. 1,000 hands up to the sky. We gon' get toasted tonight. I've been feeling it all day. I wanna let it go. I wanna lose control. Oh, I'm ready to roll. And I've been daydreaming about this night for a long time. I wanna dance with you under the light. I toasted a wild one. I toasted a good life. I toasted the lovers. A toast to you and I. Toasted a wild one. To you and I. To you and I. I'm on the edge. Feels like I've been walking on ice. Wanna let everything go and feel alright. When I hear the drums and the heartbeats, sweat drip down our bodies. Oh, I know we're living. 100 down, we gonna have a good time. 1,000 hands up to the sky. We gon' get toasted tonight.
Good morning, millennials. It feels like a Monday because we took yesterday off, but it is in fact a Thursday, which we have here at the Morning Toast decreed to be one of the better days of the week. So what a just great feeling for us.
It is, but I'm not gonna lie, like this week has really thrown me through a loop.
I cannot pronounce that fucking phrase correctly.
And yesterday was just so
Disorientating.
crazy. Disorienting. Like fast.
Disorientating?
No, disorienting.
No? I really feel like I was onto something there with disorientating.
I mean, go for it,
Okay.
but
no,
that's
okay.
not the word. The fast was so slow.
Oh my God, I forgot. By the way, like I had the best night of my life last night. Oh my God, by the way, we missed you because you were with Zach's family for the breakfast. And in a change of tradition, I hosted the breakfast at my house. And I just have to say, like, ask anyone, like I did an amazing job. Like
I'm sure you did. I heard there were 2 Carvel cakes.
There were 2 Carvel cakes, an Entenmann's crumb cake, a babka. There was Ben's dad brought whoopie pies that he made from scratch. Like, I had so much dessert and extra bagels that I actually like fed the entire building staff. I like left it in the lobby. I'm like, I could not leave all this food in my house. Like, I would die of diabetes.
So what did you eat?
So it was so funny. Like, everyone came over around 7, and the fast ended, I think, at like 7:06. And we were all just like staring at the cable box until it turned to 7:06, like preparing our bagels at like 7:04.
Yeah.
And I broke it on a Fresca, and it was so good. Like, you know, regularly when you're thirsty and you drink, like you feel it in your belly. Yeah. But I hadn't drank water or any liquids for 26 hours, so I felt this ice cold Fresca, which I had chilled in my fridge for a day because I got them. Yes, I got them 2 days ago. And it just went so smoothly down my esophagus. Like, it was perfection.
Yeah, that's the best feeling.
And then I had 2 bagels.
I only had one. I actually didn't eat as much as I usually do because I just didn't want to be in pain. I was getting full, so I stopped. Like, I only had 1 bagel, and then I had like a couple munchkins.
Oh my God, I love munchkins.
And they were such good munchkins. They were like artisanal. Like, one was a pumpkin munchkin, which was so good. I had 2 of those, and then a chocolate munchkin. And I got so full, and I was literally full until I fell asleep, and I was like in pain, but I didn't eat as much. Usually I eat like baseline 2 bagels. Like,
yeah, me too.
I have my bagel with lox, and then I have like a dessert bagel that's like cinnamon raisin with country butter.
Well, I was really focused, like as a host, I was really focused on the dessert. Like, I wanted to get the dessert out because once the dessert was out, like then we could sit and chill for however long. And like, I was really proud of the dessert because I went grocery shopping and I was so fucking hungry that I just bought everything in sight. I bought Entenmann's cookies, like the best chocolate chip cookie.
Oh my God, I would have eaten so much at your house. And honestly, like for that reason, I'm glad that I didn't go.
Ice cream carvel cake, the whoopie pies, the chocolate chip cookies, the Madeline cookies from Entenmann's. Like, I just really like and then everyone also brought, like Mom brought a pecan pie, Ben's dad brought whoopie pies. Like, everyone was bringing just dessert. Like, and it was the one thing, and Zach and Olivia brought 2 carvel cakes. Like, it was the one thing that I had a lot of, but honestly, like, I'm not upset about the ice cream cake sitting in my freezer right now.
I know you're probably wanting to wrap this show up so you can get home to it.
I have an eyebrow appointment first, but yes.
Very nice. Your eyebrows look good though.
Well, we're going to LA.
I have my eyebrow appointment tomorrow. Like, you can't, like, I walk around this city like with hairy legs, hairy armpits, hairy eyebrows because like in New York, like no one's looking at you, you know? But like in LA, it's just the bar is higher, I feel.
I know. I'm also going to make an appointment at Dr. Geezy before LA because like I can't go with this wrinkle between my forehead.
Oh.
And like maybe a little lip.
You didn't accompany me on my last appointment.
I know, it was so silly of me.
But now, like, my crow's feet, like,
come with me.
I can't start doing it on my crow's feet because then I have nowhere to go, and I'm only 26, not turning 27 for less than a month.
Oh my God, okay.
Like, I'll have nothing left to do if I start doing it all now.
So you're wearing your cardigan, and I'm sitting to your side, and I could see in between your buttons. I see your boobs.
Oh my God, what a fun day for you. It's so exciting. I love a good cardigan right now.
Oh my God, wait. What movie am I quoting? You guys, I was thinking cardigans.
Oh, I don't know.
Never Been Kissed, when she's like on the phone with her editor shopping with the cool girls.
Yeah.
And then
hilarious.
And then they find her. I love reenacting that scene.
I really was thinking cardigans. Guy.
Cardigans. Also, can we just talk a little bit about how were you feeling last night after the whole day? Like, so we have such a pit about the impending Yom Kippur festivities because it's such a hard day, one in which you need to face your sins and like really, it's a long, hard day.
The fast started earlier than it usually does, I feel. And it was just, I think actually intermittent fasting prepared me really well because I didn't start to like feel like death until like 2 o'clock.
Okay, I'm actually talking like more about the emotional part of it.
No, and then the emotional part of it, you know what I repented, I thought about like what I want to do differently this year. But it really made me realize like not being on my phone, I thought I was going to be so anxious. Usually I want to be on my phone more than I'm hungry. Like I can't live without it. And like not being on my phone was such a pleasure.
I agree.
I did not miss it one bit. I did
too.
not lean for it one bit. And like, I thought I was going to be anxious, not being able to check what's going on, what people are like writing in our Facebook group, whatever. But I had no anxiety. Like my phone is my source of my anxiety and I know it's my job, but like I need to find a way to be off it more and like I'll be on my computer, on my email more. Like, I just need to not be holding that phone in my hand. Like, my wrist has started to hurt. I'm getting carpal tunnel. Like, I'm on my phone too much. Like, I care too much about what's going on in there. And being off of it for 28 hours made me realize I don't need to be on it all the time.
Jackie, I couldn't agree more. Like, literally, the fast ended at 7, and, like, everyone in my house was on their phones. Excuse me. I didn't check my phone till, like, 9, 10 o'clock. I so didn't care. And normally, I think I would have anxiety about missing out, but something about it being a holiday and, like, most of the people that like are on my team and that just like work with me are Jewish, that like I knew nothing really. The only anxiety I really have is like missing work stuff. Like I don't care about like missing an Instagram post. So I always have anxiety, like I gotta check my phone, I gotta get my email, like what's going on, am I making any money today?
Yeah.
And knowing that like everyone else was off made me feel a lot better about it, and I didn't realize how relaxed and like cool about it I was until I got into bed. I was like, oh my God, like I didn't even miss my phone at all.
No, it was just like this hunk of junk sitting at the bottom of my purse.
Yeah, no, it was sitting in my makeup drawer, and I'm like, you devil.
You devil, totally. Also, I realized the only people that I talk to on like a moment-to-moment basis are the Steens and moms. So and none of us were using our phones. So even when I turned my phone on, like I had a couple texts from my friends like talking about how they were so hungry. But other than that, like I had emails and we had like, there's some stuff in my email I need to get to today, but nothing was so pertinent to the situation that like it was crazy I wasn't on my phone.
And so
some people like who sent me an email on Tuesday that I didn't answer like followed up yesterday.
There is a special place in hell for people who follow up to emails. Like if I didn't answer, it's because I didn't want to.
You can follow up in a week.
No
sooner. No, because
I think a follow up is wholly unnecessary.
No, but sometimes you didn't answer someone's email and they need an answer.
No, but I answer my emails when they need to be answered. So if this didn't get an answer, it's because it didn't need one.
Well, the email that was followed up on was something that was sent to both of us, and we do need to answer them. We just don't have the answer.
Oh, what was it?
It's something with
like text stuff?
Yeah, text
Oh, yeah. Ugh, well,
right.
I purposely ignore those.
Right, but like they do need to be answered.
Yeah, whatever. I was just like feeling after dinner last night, like I was so full. I had like 3 pieces of ice cream cake, 2 full bagels, like, and I was dancing around my apartment feeling so light. And I think it's because I absolved all these sins and like I've really been forgiven. And I really just like I was reading the English portion because I did the whole prayers in Hebrew, and then I was like, I don't even know what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, when you have to like say all the sins, it's like some of these are familiar, but what are the others?
No, but it's like, what's the point in apologizing in a different language if you don't know what you're saying?
Yeah.
So then I sat down just because I wanted to sit, my feet were hurting me, and I started reading some of the English sins, and it's like, I really thought when I walked into shul that day, I'm like, I'm honestly a great person, like I don't have much to apologize for. But turns out I do, because there was so many sins in that book that really spoke to me, like baseless hatred is like me. Like I hate so many people and things like for absolutely no reason. That's like a terrible way to live.
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was like a bad thing. I thought it like made me funny, you know?
Yeah. No, it's very specific in there considering it was written thousands of years ago.
No, right. And then there was obviously envy,
and
which
like
is
gossip.
Which is so me.
Gossip is a term.
I know, but you know, I have a problem with gossip being considered a sin. Because to me, it just seems like
sharing information.
It's an exchange of information.
No, but there's something that goes from information sharing to gossip. Like, and you know that line.
Yeah.
It's not just like, oh, like Sally got a new car. It's like,
right.
Sally got a new car, like
because she crushed the old one with a DUI,
right? Or like, how does she afford that? Like,
right?
She doesn't have a job.
Yeah, I guess I toe the line. I just like for me, like that's not the one I really harped on because I know I'm not going to stop talking shit. It's literally my job, and it's honestly one that brings me great joy. Like
I think we share information.
We do. We just this platform is a exchange of information platform.
Yeah,
it's an exchange of knowledge,
and I feel like we don't necessarily talk shit unless it's absolutely necessary.
Right.
And you know what?
Like Jenna Kramer.
I thought we handled it well. Like I actually
had a pit about the Jenna Kramer thing because I thought maybe like someone would be like, the Morning Toast girls were talking about you 28 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah, they did, and she heard it for sure. And
right?
And I thought about that, and I feel as though it was a balanced argument. Like,
right.
You felt the need to like speak on it, but I didn't so much, so I'm able to give her what she wants to hear more.
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
sometimes it's the other way where like I'm so heated about something and then you play devil's advocate, so it's like whoever we're talking about hears both sides of their
right. I try and now like speak on most issues on the toast like with the underlying understanding that the person who we're talking about might actually hear it.
Yeah, but you know what? That's sometimes a good opportunity to tell them to stop posting cheesy Instagrams.
Yeah, agreed.
Agreed. So anyways, it was a great day. We are now like as far away from Yom Kippur as we'll ever be.
We were sitting at the meal last night and Margo goes, 365 more days.
Wow, snatcher. It's like the best feeling ever. It's the worst when it's your birthday and then it's like 365 more days until your birthday.
No, but the feeling of being so far away from Yom Kippur, like of next year, is one in which you can't pay for. Like it's the best, most like amazing feeling.
Yeah.
And I hope everyone had an easy fast, got to spend some time with the family, reflect, absolve.
Yeah, I hope everyone's feeling brighter and lighter.
Brighter and lighter. And I definitely am feeling brighter and lighter, and that's a perfect way you want to feel when you're diving into...
And we're diving into the Fast 5 stories that you need to know before you wake up and take a bite out of your morning toast. And actually, no one needs to know these stories more than us because I'm so out of touch with what's been going on because I was not on my phone.
And it's time, but it's also Thursday, which means that today's episode is brought to you by Thursday Boots. Jack and I are both wearing our Thursday boots.
We are.
I believe we're wearing the same style, but just in a different color/pattern. Yours are cherry and mine are black patent leather. I feel like these two shoes are really like an representative of our personalities.
1000%.
Like cherry white, happy spring for you, and like dark black leather, don't talk to me
and
for
I
me.
Just want to say about these Thursday boots that I wore last week. I wore them all day, like literally from the show until we went to dinner at Olivia's, like all fucking day. And my feet felt great.
I'm so happy.
Like felt better than they did if I were wearing flats. Honestly, like these do great things for the soul.
Well, today is Thursday and it's officially boot season. Just in time for the start of fall, we received a few of the new releases from our friends at Thursday Boots. Thursday Boots is an NYC-based startup brand that designs really, really comfortable, high-quality boots and sells them at a very accessible, direct-to-consumer price. They make handcrafted boots in the same North American and European facilities as brands that charge 2 to 4 times the price, but Thursday can use the higher quality materials and still sell them at a lower price because they don't have to deal with the retail markups and wholesalers. And we're classy over here. Vogue actually ranked them among the best fall boots for under $200, and they rarely highlight startup brands. You deserve more comfortable boots without the high retail markups. If you want a fast fashion or shoes that rarely make it out of your closet, don't shop at Thursday Boots. Thursday Boots is an investment in comfort, timeless styles, and staples that will last for years. Thursday Boots believes in year-round honest prices, so while they don't do discounts or sales, they're giving our listeners a free 2-day shipping on their first order, and they always offer free returns and exchanges, which is the only way to shop online. I can't deal with companies that don't do that.
Please.
So you have nothing to lose trying out a few pairs. Go to thursdayboots.com/toast, and you can have a pair on your doorstep before next Thursday. That's thursdayboots.com/toast for free 2-day shipping, returns, and exchanges. Sign on and look fly.
Sign on and look fly. Also, someone asked, where's Margo? Great question.
Oh, right.
The snitch is sick.
Yeah, she was...
If you've been watching her stories, you've watched her degenerate into a place where she can no longer come to work.
She fled my house last night. Like, the second dessert was wrapped up. Like, didn't even offer to help clean up, which was so incredibly rude. But because she's sick, and honestly, I think she should take tomorrow off, too, because we leave for LA on Saturday. My show is Sunday. Tickets available at girlwithnojob.com. And we're spending the entire week in LA. And then me and Margo are also going to San Diego, San Francisco for my show. Tickets available at girlwithnojob.com. And I just think, like, if she doesn't get better, like, it'll be a very difficult week for her.
It will, but even if she doesn't get better and she goes to LA, I think the LA sunshine, like, by the time she leaves LA, she'll be okay. But I agree. Snatch, if you're watching this, which you're not, you don't have to come to work tomorrow. Yeah. The Snatchler. Speaking of the Snatchler, I wish she was here for this first story because she is our resident expert.
She's our Snatchler correspondent.
She's the Snatchler correspondent to the Snatches. But new Bachelor Peter Weber gets stitches after splitting his face open ahead of filming. I thought it was during filming. New Bachelor Peter Weber.
I thought it was during filming too.
Yeah, let's get in. I think it is. Maybe I just don't know what ahead means. New Bachelor Peter Weber is on the mend after undergoing emergency surgery in Costa Rica, People confirms. During a game of golf on Monday, the ABC leading man split his head open after he fell and hit his head on multiple cocktail glasses, Radar Online reports. Quote, he went to step on the cart but fell and split his face open on 2 cocktail glasses he was carrying. As a result of the nasty injury, Weber reportedly traveled 2 hours to a hospital for an operation in which he received 22 stitches in his face. He is pulling through, a source told Radar Online. Okay, maybe he's not filming?
Yeah,
but it's
he
October.
was playing golf.
No, he's 100% filming. It's October.
And by the way,
we've been seeing footage.
But I've been seeing. I saw Reality Steve posted like there was a date, like, and some toasters got to go as like extras at the concert.
Yeah, he's filming. Perhaps though he had a day off and he was golfing. Yeah, which would actually make things worse because then they didn't get the whole ambulance scene on camera and they couldn't tease it all season.
They love an ambulance moment.
They love an ambulance moment. They'll just like call it just to like get the
like. Remember when Carly Wad like called the ambulance on herself in Mexico for like no reason?
Yeah, and they just like wanted to sit in the AC.
Yeah, and like talk about their feelings.
100%.
They love ambulances.
Or when Kelsey Poe called the ambulance and she was just like faking an anxiety attack. I don't think you remember Kelsey Poe, but she gave us such a gift. Her husband Sanderson Poe. You have to watch. It's from Chris Soules' season. She was the villain Kelsey Poe. Yeah. And she like went nowhere after, so I don't even know what her intentions were. But she had an ex-husband. I think she was a widow, and his name was Sanderson. Mm-hmm. And just the way she was behaving and talking about Sanderson, like by the end, you just like assume that she murdered him. Right. It was crazy.
Speaking of crazy, I know it's probably not a story, but are you seeing all this drama in the UK with like the football wives?
Not even one bit.
Oh my God, it was going so viral on Twitter. Like, it means nothing to me because I don't know who these 2 soccer stars are, or soccer. But apparently, like, one of them outed the other on Instagram the other day, being like, I've had stories being sold to The Sun, which I guess is like a tabloid there, for months about me, and I had a sneaking suspicion who it was because only very few people follow my private Instagram, and a lot of the stories were coming from there. So I started to put up a bunch of Instagram stories and blocked everyone from seeing it except this one person and seeing if they would make it to The Sun, and of course they did. And then at the end of her long statement, she goes, it's ... Wayne, I forget her name. She said the girl's name, and like it blew up. Like people were talking about it everywhere. Her name is Carla Rooney, and I forgot the name of the girl Colleen Rooney, sorry. And I forgot the name of the girl that she is accusing of selling the stories. And then that girl released a statement, but it's like the biggest drama in the UK right now. Like everyone.
They're female soccer players? Or
no, it's the wives.
Okay.
It's the wives of male soccer players, I believe.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Good for her. I love a little sleuthing. She should join the TIA.
Yeah, it was so funny. Her statement was like so long, and at the end then she goes, it's ... I didn't think she was going to say who it was. I thought it was just like a statement about her feelings, you know?
Yeah. No,
people love to release a statement.
I'm glad. Say the name. That's like, go viral, say the name.
I hate when people like speak in tongues. Like, say the name!
100%.
I find it really annoying. Also, did you see Enty and John Doe were like tweeting up a storm last night? Because
no, I didn't see.
Dan Schneider is in the process. He's deleted in the last 24 hours like 13,000 tweets. He's like coming back to Twitter and like deleting all of his tweets.
Makes you think.
Yeah.
I'll just be over here waiting for my news notification.
People who shadily delete their tweets like are so confusing to me.
It's not confusing, like you're hiding something.
Yeah, you know who does that.
100%.
Yeah, okay.
Anyways, Peter Weber split his face open, so that is definitely going to throw a wrench in the Bachelor plans, but I think it'll just add, like, it seems like he's okay and he's recovering, so now they're just going to find a way to exploit it and make for good television. I don't know.
Yeah. I wonder, like, who's going to be by his side, you know? Like,
yeah.
Oh man, Peter, I was so worried about you.
This puts things into perspective.
Right, no, by the way, that's what it's going to be like. It's like, like, some girl's going to be, like, talking in her confessionals, like, this is, like, so crazy. Like, you really realize, like, how short life is.
Yeah,
you know?
no, he's going to say that.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to say, like, I saw, you know, the cocktail glass flash before my eyes.
Now, also, we need to talk about the circumstances of this, you know, incident. Like, was he drunk? He was holding 2 cocktail glasses.
But he was golfing. I don't know.
I think people drink when they golf.
Yeah, but I don't think he was like drunk, like blacked out. I think he was just like tipsy, missed the golf cart step. I don't think it's like he has a drinking problem.
No, but he probably was just drinking on the day off. Like, honestly, filming The Bachelor seems like a lot of work.
Yeah, he was probably golfing with Chris Harrison, drinking mimosas.
Yeah, and Chris Harrison posted an update to his Instagram, which they use as like the official Bachelor like message board, and he was like, Peter's fine.
I'm glad to hear Peter's fine. That's just really crazy. And then it makes you think, like, I can't believe this hasn't happened in previous seasons where people get injured on the job.
But it's not even on the job. He was having a day off playing golf.
That we just assumed that.
I think that's a fair assumption, though.
I think that's a fair assumption, too. Unless they had a golf date, which sounds like torture.
Torture. Oh, my God. I would die.
Torture.
Kill me.
Like, not only is golf, like, not that fun, but, like, it's so long.
And also, it's very hot. Like, you just stand in the sun all day. Like, Ben has played golf, like, since I met him probably 600 times, and I've never gone once.
Of course
He's
not.
like, come drive the car. I'm like, I'd literally rather stay in bed with Theo 10 times.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Anyways, thinking of Peter, hope the fotch heals.
Hope the fotch heals. The fotch is a terrible place to, endure an injury because it's right on your face.
Right.
The fotch is on the fotch.
The fotch is on the fotch. Okay, next story, something that went down while we were offline that is just sweeping the nation. Matt Lauer is denying, quote, false and salacious rape allegation, says affair was, quote, consensual.
I heard this yesterday. I was like out of touch, and I heard someone, maybe in my building, they were like listening to a radio, and I was like waiting for the mail, and it said, Matt Lauer accused of rape, and I was like, not again.
I know, and what's crazy is a few days, like on Monday when I was looking for stories, one of the stories was Matt Lauer pops up on his daughter's TikTok. I think he was like trying. It's like whack-a-mole. He's trying to come back up, and Ronan Farrow's like, nope,
boom, not today.
Nope. So he was like being cute and like being dad-like on TikTok, but he allegedly, he's a rapist.
I also saw Reese Witherspoon like doing something like mom on TikTok, and I like wanted to roll my eyes, but the video was actually pretty funny.
Yeah,
her son was like teaching her how.
I never take the time to watch the videos.
I thought it was funny actually. I give it a 2 thumbs up. I endorse it.
I think I like when people like post their TikToks to Instagram, like, and that's how I'll consume it. Other than that, I'm out.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna be 27 soon. I have no business on TikTok.
I actually downloaded TikTok the other day, and I didn't realize. I mean, I knew
it's Musical.ly.
I knew, but they keep your Musical.ly account. So I logged in with my Facebook or whatever, and it was my girl with no job account when I tried to make a Musical.ly, and it was mortifying. Like, I literally was sitting there with Margo deleting every single thing I posted because I wanted to die of shame.
That's hilarious.
Now I just have it for lurking. Like, I think it's funny. I want to see what the kids are up to.
I do think in a different time, like, I would have been a TikTok star because I love to lip sync and dance. Like,
No,
amazing.
you would have been a Musically star because that's not what TikTok is anymore.
No, but it is.
No.
Yes, it is. It's like dancing and lip syncing and remixing and
No, I'm telling you, like it's like now it's like funny.
like Vine.
It's Vine, but like a little bit longer and vertical.
Well, I think there's like different
genres
sex.
for sure, but it's not really like what Musically was.
Oh, well, I mean, that's good because TikTok is huge. But I think it's also just the name. Like, people love to say it.
Yeah, and you know what it makes me think? Tick-tock on the clock, but the party don't stop. Tick-tock on a bar, I'ma blow the speakers up tonight.
I think that's good. Anyways, back to Matt Lauer. He penned a letter on Wednesday morning staunchly denying former NBC News coworker Brooke Neville's allegations that he raped her in his hotel room at the 2014 Sochi Olympics.
Ooh.
Lauer says the
As if Sochi wasn't hard enough.
Right, like that's the thing. You just hear more and more like
About how
terrible things about
more
Sochi.
details, and it's looking like Sochi was a huge mistake.
Totally. Lauer says the accusation, as detailed in Ronan Farrow's new book, Catch and Kill, is, quote, categorically false, ignores the facts, and defies common sense, calling the encounter with Neville's a, quote, extramarital affair.
I don't know. If Ronan Farrow wrote it, I believe it.
He dismisses the claims as part of a promotional effort to sell a book.
Oh, please.
In the book, obtained by Variety, Neville said Lauer anally raped her one night in Sochi, Russia. Lauer calls the act consensual. We performed oral sex on each other, we had vaginal sex, and we had anal sex. Each act was mutual and completely consensual, he writes. Lauer claims the encounter marked the beginning of an affair that continued when they returned to New York.
Oh my God. Like, ew, Matt Lauer is so nasty looking. Like, the thought of him having anal, like, I could actually vomit. And I know this is just another he said, she said, but, like, I'm standing firmly on Ronan Farrow's side. Like, I find him to be a really honest journalist, and I don't think he would publish something that's a lie.
Just, like, Matt Lauer's credibility is just out the window.
Ever since I heard about that button,
Right.
I knew he was a sick fuck, and nothing that comes out of his mouth is credible to me.
Right. You know, I told you I started watching The Affair because you recommended it. I just finished season 1 last night.
And did you like it? You weren't loving it in the beginning.
I wasn't loving it, but now that the way season 1 ended, like I'll definitely watch season 2. And you said it gets better, and this just reminds me of that one because it's an affair, and 2 because it's so much about like the way people see things.
Oh, totally.
And it's like, I mean, this is way more like extreme, but even in the affair, like she remembers herself wearing one thing, he remembers her wearing another thing, or like saying something, or
so the first season, it doesn't go like that forever, but the
thank
first
God,
season,
I'm tired of
it's
watching
really
the same shit twice.
But the first, or maybe the first 2 seasons of The Affair is a 60-minute episode, and the first 30 minutes are what happens at the restaurant from one person's perspective, and then the second 30 minutes are what happens at the restaurant from the other person's perspective. So you're watching the same incident, but how people remember it, and it's like, it would be interesting like for one episode. It really gets annoying, but I agree, it's like, not that I'm chalking this up to perception because I'm 100% sure that he raped her, but as a separate conversation, I actually totally agree that like 2 people can be telling the truth. Oh, that's like when we were talking about, we were both watching that radio drama with Heather McDonald. Do you remember?
Yeah.
One toaster flagged it for us. Like there was this drama where this girl was opening for Heather McDonald in Atlanta, whatever. I don't want to go into it. And I was watching this girl go on the radio and like slam Heather McDonald, and then I was listening to Heather McDonald's podcast of her like saying what happened, and I got the vibe that they were both telling the truth. Yeah,
because they both are explaining it the way that they saw it.
Right. So I don't think either one of them is lying, and that's like a lot of the problem with like housewives. It's like they're talking about the incident, and no one's lying, but they are definitely just perceiving it differently.
Yeah, no, but it was interesting. It's like he remembers her wearing like this short waitress dress, and like her dress that she
was like below
wearing
her knee
is like below her knee, and her hair is back. But he remembers her with like
va-va-voom.
Like that thing was interesting. But then there were some like things that happened where it's like, wait, how did you not remember who pulled the gun first?
Yeah, like that where it matters.
Right, where it matters.
Yeah.
So, I'll stick with it, but it's so far, it's really not my kind of show.
That's why they say there's 3 sides to every story, right? Yours, mine, and the truth.
Yeah.
Even though mine is like most likely the truth.
Sure. Anyways.
Good for this girl for speaking out.
Yeah.
Another nail in Matt Lauer's coffin, and I truly hope he never works again.
I know, but I think there's something in him. I mean, I don't know if any more. Well, yes, because he released a statement saying it's not true, but like he thinks he's coming back.
Right.
I feel like every 6 months, I read an article, he's like gearing up to come back into the city. Like he's like on Long Island, like with his family.
Yeah.
But he's like trying to cross the bridge, and every time it's like the bridge trolls are coming up.
Were you the one who told me that Billy Bush was back on something?
Yes, he has a job.
Doing?
Like one of those correspondents.
Yeah,
celebrity.
Matt Lauer really reminds me of Billy Bush, even though they did 2 totally different things.
No, when you compare the 2, it's like, of course Billy Bush should come back and Matt Lauer shouldn't.
When you think of the
Billy
2.
Bush like, said some stuff and was part of saying things that were not good at all. But like Matt Lauer's now being accused of raping people.
Right.
It's not the same. They
The punishment shouldn't be the same.
Right. Like, and Billy Bush, like if I were Billy Bush, I'd be pissed. I'm like, why am I in this boat?
Right, no, because he's now, like, I totally loop him and Matt Lauer together.
100%.
Even though, and this is what we've always said, in cancel culture, there's a huge difference between doing something wrong and saying something wrong.
Right, like-
because you can learn and like everyone says dumb shit, whatever, but like there's a huge difference. And I feel like these days people like loop in cancel culture of like a Matt Lauer and like a Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart just said something stupid. Like he's
Right.
not a murderer or a rapist.
And the more I think about cancel culture, like this is how I define it, and this is how I decide who needs to be canceled. If you could be arrested for what you did, canceled.
Oh, agreed.
If you couldn't, not canceled.
Okay,
I
also-
think that's a fair bar. Everyone has a different judgment, but that's where I'm going with it.
I would love to share an insight I found on Jamil's Instagram page because it really spoke to me and about our experience with cancel culture.
Was it about what she said on Trevor Noah?
Yes,
I
it was
saw
like a summation.
It was
I
great.
loved her
It
on
was
Trevor
great.
Noah. She says, "You're safe in my social sphere to admit you don't know the answers as long as you're willing and eager to find them. There's no shame in ignorance that is being addressed and replaced with education and knowledge." So basically what she was saying on, what's that show called?
Trevor Noah.
Trevor Noah, which I've literally never watched before in my life. Have you? It was my first time ever.
No.
What she said was like, cancel culture is so problematic because it doesn't leave any room for growth.
Right.
Like, 10 years ago, we were all different people. The culture was different. It's so crazy. I was just watching Entourage, and they said the R word, 1,000 times in one episode. And I'm like, you would never be able, and it's just like a huge...
There was a song on the radio called "Let's Get R Word in Here."
Oh, yeah.
Like that's what to me is like the crux of
So it's
the
so
difference.
hypocritical for like the culture to assume like once you say something stupid 10 years ago, like you're dead in the water.
Right.
Because as a culture, we should be dead in the water
Right.
because we let a song go on the radio that said, "Let's get R."
Right. No, it's crazy.
And by the way, everyone in my high school used to say that word, and it wasn't even considered a bad word.
No.
It was literally...
You can't use like today's standards to judge what people did
Right.
10 years ago. That's one, by the way, that's one thing of what people did years ago, and that's unless
you raped someone years ago, it still counts.
Right.
There's a huge difference. I just hate that like the culture of like cancel culture has started to loop in people who do bad things and people who said bad things.
Yeah.
You know?
100%. I think
And that's the Billy Bush and the Matt Lauer of it all, because in no way am I condoning what Billy Bush said in 2000 whatever. It was horrible, but let's not compare him to, even though I am the one comparing him, let's not compare him to Matt Lauer, who literally raped someone and locked girls in his office.
We're the ones who built this boat and put both of them in it.
No, but because that is what people associate.
Yeah, totally.
Also, I really don't think that I could even, address the affair without singing this theme song. I'm sorry.
Oh, go for it.
Do you like the theme?
I do
song?
because I remember you and Margo singing it.
I was screaming into the canyon at the moment of my death. Echo I created lasted my last breath. My voice, it made an avalanche and buried a man I never knew. And when he died, his widow bride met your daddy and they made you. I have only one thing to do, and that's be the way that I am and then sink back into the ocean. I have only one thing to do, and that's be the way that I am and then sink back into the ocean. Sink back into the ocean, 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 sink back into the ocean. Such a good theme song.
It is.
It's one of the few ones that I don't skip. I think it's
they
so
don't
good.
let me skip it, so now
Yeah, Showtime's a little annoying.
Yeah, but so now I'm becoming familiar with it. It is interesting.
It's a
but
great
it's also
song.
interesting, like when you listen to a song enough in conjunction with the show, because I was thinking that could also be the theme song for Big Little Lies.
Yeah, it's similar vibe. It's also just like a regular song on Spotify written by Fiona Apple.
Right, and then like put over like footage of ocean.
Oh, right, yes.
Big Little Lies.
Also, Ben watched The Politician last night, and I was rewatching with him, and I never knew the theme song, but apparently it's like a really popular song. Do you know it?
What is it?
Chicago, it's called.
Sing it.
I can't.
Something weird happened on my Spotify, and I'm just wondering if it only happened to me, where I can no longer listen to I Wish I Had a River by Ben Platt. It went dark.
Oh, that hasn't happened for me.
Have you tried in the last few days?
You want me to check right now?
Yeah.
That's a terrible thing. It feels
Just
like you're being
look.
targeted.
It feels like I'm being targeted. I can't have any joy. Not cool. Actually, maybe it's sadness it's giving
like
me.
a river. Okay, let's see.
And I caught up
River.
on Billions, and they played that song, River, by Joni Mitchell, and made
Wait,
me,
you're right.
right? It went dark.
That is so weird.
The song's gone, everyone. So, I don't know what that means for us, but it's not looking good.
I'm sorry. We took a nice tangent on that story.
Yeah, anyways, Matt Lauer, go back into your hole. Okay, next story. Claudia just updated me on because I had no clue that while we were asleep, this story has taken on a life of its own because earlier this week, Ellen DeGeneres went on her show talking about how people were upset that she was sitting next to George Bush.
She was getting a lot of flack at the Dallas Cowboys game because they cut to her being like, all the celebrities, and she was sitting there with George W. Bush laughing.
Like smiling.
Yeah, and she got so much shit for it, and so much so that she had to address it on her show.
Yeah, and she made like a really, what I thought was like sweet and cute statement about how like people who are different can still be friends. And
she says, I have a ton of friends who have different political views than me, and I feel like we've gotten so far past that point that you can't even remember, like it's okay to
be friends with people who think differently than you. In fact, it's actually more important to be friends with people who think differently than you.
Because it challenges.
Because it challenges, you challenge each other, and that's just like a fundamental
right. And
thought.
As much as I like low-key hate Ellen, I actually really liked the video.
Me too.
I actually liked it on my Instagram. I just thought it was like a good message in these trying times.
Yeah.
In these trying times, we're not trying.
And never did I didn't even choose it as a story for the show because I was just like, oh, another, like cute Ellen moment, whatever.
Yeah.
Never did I think that she was going to get backlash for this.
So much. Vanity Fair wrote like a huge op-ed that a lot of people were getting involved in the conversation as, including Mark Ruffalo, which was like so random. I didn't even know he had a Twitter until like someone retweeted it and came up on my Twitter. I was like, why is Mark Ruffalo on my Twitter?
Totally. They wrote an article called Ellen DeGeneres, George W. Bush, and the Limits of Unconditional Kindness. It says that for decades, DeGeneres has been the sunny representative for a brighter world we might all live in if we were kinder to one another, but that imagined utopia seems increasingly out of touch with reality.
I refuse to believe that, I'm sorry. And I refuse to get behind that sort of thinking because I have friends, colleagues from all sides of the political spectrum, truly, like from people I grew up with, like super conservative, people I know who are, fundraise for Elizabeth Warren. Like, I don't care. And I think that having that sort of messaging is actually like sad. And like, that's what the world has come to. Like, I refuse to believe that.
Yeah, I refuse to believe that too. I thought what Ellen said was so obvious. I'm like really shocked when you told me that it was a controversial thing to say.
Right, and then I think the most shocking part of this whole thing is that when Ellen went on her show and said this, like the clip of her saying it like went viral until it turned to negative, and people were first like applauding her, and Reese Witherspoon retweeted it and showed support, and then someone pointed out that Reese Witherspoon actually deleted her tweet like now that there's all this controversy, and I just have to say like I think that is one of the loseriest things ever. Like if you're gonna say something, stand by it. 2, Ellen is your friend, like don't be a coward. And I just thought it was like so losery. Like if you're gonna tweet something, if you're Reese Witherspoon, you know what you're tweeting is gonna be screenshotted. So you deleting it, now you just look like a pussy.
Yeah, now you look like you don't know what you stand for.
Right, which is like even worse.
No, worse than standing for what people might think is the wrong thing.
Or is unpopular. At least you have a stand.
Right, at least you can stand because you have a spine.
Yeah.
And it all comes back to the spine of it all. This is really shocking. I really liked what Ellen said. And that's where I stand.
And I can't tell you how difficult it is for me because like a part of me like really doesn't like Ellen, like, and a part of me used to absolutely love her and like cried when she got that medal from Obama and like she was crying, like I loved it, and I really like her. But just all the things that I've heard about her, like being the devil, makes me not like her. But then again, like you have to pay homage. Like she was the first gay woman on television, whatever. Like I just feel like, honestly, I feel really conflicted about Ellen because like all the things I know about her personally, and then all the things like she puts out there. Like she seems like she's always giving people Walmart like $1 million,
Yeah. She brought us Noah Ritter.
True. So
she brought us Sophia, Grace, and Rosie.
But then she was also extremely rude to Mason Ramsey.
That's true.
Remember that interview?
And she was rude to Corinne Olympios.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
Like Corinne said she was so rude.
Yeah.
And Corinne was like so nervous, like so excited. She was like one of the, now Bachelor people go on Ellen all the time, but Corinne was like one of the first, especially who wasn't a lead. And that she just said Ellen was awful. Like,
yeah.
Like you're not allowed to run into Ellen.
But then the Kardashians love her so much. And she went to the Cowboys game with Corey.
What?
Yes, Chris posted a picture. It was Ellen, Portia, and Corey selfie on a private plane. They went to the Cowboys game because Corey's a big Cowboys fan.
Oh, fun.
Fun. So then it's like, oh my gosh, if Ellen is hanging out with Corey and Chris, like those are my people.
Now I'm turning. Honestly, part of me just like loathes like the Ellen entity because of her producer.
Yeah.
Her producer, Andy, who like she's always like, Andy, and I was like all for the shtick until I woke up one morning and Andy was tweeting at me and it was the day I got canceled and he really like caused a huge influx. Like the story got so much bigger because Andy was coming for me.
Dancing on your grave.
Totally. And you know what's so weird is that he went to Ramaz. I know his nephews. Like and I know his brother. His brother was my hockey coach. Like it was so weird. A bunch of his family went to Ramaz. Like he was just like a guy from my high school and like he's out here tweeting about me and like made the story so much bigger. So now I can't watch that show without a pit.
For sure. And that's a really crazy thing that you played hockey.
I know. It was floor hockey, and honestly, it was pretty good. I started in the 8th grade, and then I rejoined the team in the 11th grade, and I had gained so much weight by the 11th grade. Like, I literally couldn't breathe in the mask.
But what's crazy is, like, you think you had gained so much weight, but, like...
Oh, and now I look at pictures, and I'm like, oh my God, I was the skinniest beauty ever.
Maybe 5 pounds.
No, but I really was so much more out of shape in the 11th grade that I got benched, and for me, I only joined teams that I could play on. So, like, I got benched on the volleyball and the basketball team, and I ended up quitting. It's like, what? I don't need to stay after school just to sit on a bench.
Just to ride the bench.
I got homework to do.
Right, there's no cell service in the gym.
No, it's so true. It's such bullshit. Like, honestly, I know you should be a team player, and, like, that's what you learn when you're a kid, but, like, fuck that.
Yeah.
I'm all about time management. I'm sitting in the gym with no cell phone service, but I could be writing my term paper.
No, and it's like, there's a difference between, like, being a sub and riding the bench, you know? Like, if you're a sub, like, you're going, but who...
Right, you need a break, you get a breath, then you go back in. No,
right.
I was not a sub. I was just, like, a bencher.
Yeah, no.
I was a scrub.
I agree. There's no time for that. Like, we had homework.
Yeah.
Okay.
So back to this Ellen thing, I would actually really love to hear people's...
thoughts on it.
And I've been reading tweets on both sides, and, like, this is one of those things, like, I hear what everyone's saying, but at the end of the day, like, why can't we run with the message of just unity? I feel like that's one in which we really need right now. Mm-hmm. And I'm taking Ellen's side, and it pains me because I don't know why, like, I have a thing against Ellen's entity.
Yeah,
like
which
business.
is actually makes you taking her side, like, more powerful. Like, you're not biased towards liking her or not liking her.
I know.
You're
And I know
just
people,
looking at the argument for what it is.
And I know people don't like George Bush, and some say he was, like, the worst president in history, but, like, he's so cute. I know it's terrible to say. It's terrible. I'm sorry.
Okay. Next up, Mindy Kaling is making news. She published an article that...
Oh, I saw this.
Is so crazy, and the article is, like, really long and well-written, and you should read it for yourself, and I'm just going to read what my newsletter summed up for me. Mindy Kaling says the Television Academy once tried removing her name from the list of producers when The Office was nominated for an Emmy.
Injustice.
The actress tells Elle magazine that she was told she was going to be cut because there were too many producers on the show. Kaling claims she was the only one who was made to fill out a form and write an essay about all of her contributions as a writer and producer, and had to, quote, get letters from all the other male, white producers explaining what she contributed.
That's awful.
Oh my, that's awful. And that is, like, exactly why women, like, that's your worst fear as a woman. It's like someone's going to ask you, like, what you're contributing to, and it's like the imposter syndrome, where it's like you already feel like an imposter, and now you have to prove that you're not. That gives me, like, that makes me so angry.
Yeah, Mindy Kaling then did some follow-up tweets because I guess the article was picking up a lot of traction. She was like, honestly, I never wanted to tell this story because, like, who wants to make an enemy out of the Academy? Like, they literally make careers with their awards. But, like, honestly, it was so weird. I was the only one cut. I was the only woman, and I was the only woman of color. So, like, of course I had to think that I was the easiest target. Like, no one would care if I got cut. And it's actually such a testament because, like, when you think about how Mindy Kaling got started, like, she was just a person on The Office, you know? Like, a million people were on The Office, and nobody really has gotten as big, except for Michael Scott, whatever his name is. What's his name? Steve?
Steve Rogan. Steve Carell.
Oh, yeah, Steve Rogan.
I don't know.
Like, there were so many, it was a huge ensemble show, and, like, she really got so big, and it's probably due largely in part to her contribution creatively, not just as an actress, but, like, behind the scenes, writing, producing.
Also, Jim got big.
Did he?
Yeah, he's a big movie star.
Oh, what's his name?
John Krasinski.
We don't watch The Office, and
John
it's a show that I
Krasinski.
thought is stupid and terrible. John Krasinski, yeah. But, like, he played the game. Like, he got a big movie star, but, like, he also married Emily Blunt. Like, Mindy Kaling is the one person who got to where she is strictly based on her merits. She didn't marry anyone famous. She didn't fuck anyone famous. Like, she is famous and successful because of her talent. And I think that's really cool. I actually, like, stan Mindy Kaling, and I thought the Mindy Kaling show deserved more justice.
Totally. Did you watch her new movie?
No, Knight Rider.
Late night.
Whatever. I'm saving it for a plane. Maybe I'll watch it on the way.
I watched it on the plane. It was cute.
Yeah. It's a Netflix movie?
No, it's just a movie. Yeah.
I don't know why I thought it was Netflix.
No, it was cute.
I don't like stan Emma Thompson, I'm not gonna lie. Like, honestly,
No.
I do think she did a great part as the teapot in Beauty and the Beast, but, like, other than that, I don't, like, ride or die for her.
No.
So I wasn't, like, dying, like, crying, like, let me see Emma Thompson.
But you know what? She doesn't give off Emma Thompson vibes in this movie. Like, she really becomes her character. That it wasn't.
She's, like, irreverent, right?
It wasn't until after I watched the movie did I realize it was Emma Thompson.
Okay.
So that's, like, a fun thing.
Fun, yeah.
Anyways, like, justice for Mindy Kaling, up, down, left, right, and center.
Steve Rogan.
I don't know. I just, like, my brain wasn't in. I watched the trailer again for the morning show last night, and I'm really excited.
When does it come out?
November 1st.
Wow, that's so soon. Exciting.
It looks really good, and, like, Steve Carell gives me like Matt Lauer vibes. Like
he's like creepy.
No, like he is fired. I don't know why he got fired.
Because he's a lock under his desk.
Maybe like that seems to be
For those who don't know what we're referring to, it came out in all the Matt Lauer drama that he literally had a button under his desk that would close and lock his door. So like he could be like, Sally, will you come in here? And then she'd come in and then he'd lock the door.
Yeah, like he had an auto lock button under his desk, which is just like you're not working in the CIA. Like,
right, like nothing you're doing is that important.
Confidential. Like,
also, like you're a morning show host. What do you have an office for?
Like, no, you're like an able-bodied young man. Get up and lock the door.
Totally. Like, this is definitely a button. It's definitely something that I would have just because I'm like way too lazy to get up and close the door. Like, I feel like I need it for my health. But that's true. Like, Matt Lauer, you're an able-bodied man. Like, you have more stamina. Like, you should be able to close the door.
Like, get the hell up.
Yeah, stop being so fucking lazy.
Okay. Fifth and final story, just like an interesting cultural story. Smartphone typists are catching up to keyboard users.
Wait, I'm sorry. Is this a little tech news?
It's a little
tech news. That's brought to you by one of our favorite startups. Ooh. I don't know if you consider it a startup, but Article Furniture. We've spoken about them a few times on the show. It's the easiest way to make your space look beautiful. Right now, they're all about no fuss entertaining, from loungeable poofs and sectionals to stackable chairs. Oh my God, I love that idea. In the event of extra guests, Article is here to help you make entertaining season stress-free and beautiful. That's actually a great point because I have 6 chairs at my dining room table, but I entertained for 8 last night, and I had to like ask my doorman if he had any folding chairs, and thank God they had some ones in the basement, or else I would have had to run out to get folding chairs. Like, where do you even get folding chairs? The idea of stackable chairs is genius. So when you have extra chairs, you could throw them in a closet, and they don't take up that much space. Wow, I love that idea. Furniture shopping is famously terrible. Very true. It's overeager salespeople, poor quality pieces, interminable shipping periods, the works. That's why Article decided to change the way people shop for furniture. Instead of schlepping to a warehouse to shop for a particular board, Article's online warehouse features high-quality pieces that you can browse right at home. Article's team of designers have an eye on today's trends, but focus on timeless designs and great quality, plus in-stock items ship in 2 weeks or less. Oh my God, furniture taking like 6 to 8 weeks to ship is criminal. I ordered like a cute, like shearling, like off-white ottoman from Article, and it literally came in like a week and a half. It was so easy. Like, they call me, I'm like, just deliver it, and they just delivered it. Like, it was seamless, like the way it should be. And it was like super cheap, so that's what I really appreciated. And it stayed, I've had it for over a year now, and it stayed in really good condition, even though Ben is always putting his fucking dirty shoes on it. They keep their prices low by cutting out the middleman and selling directly to you. No showrooms, no salespeople, no retail markups. Their team of designers focus on beautifully crafted pieces, quality of material, and excellent construction. They are dedicated to a modern aesthetic with Scandinavian touches. All in-stock items are delivered in 2 weeks or less. They have a 30-day return policy with simple returns and exchanges. And they're offering our listeners $50 off their first purchase of $100 or more. To claim, visit article.com/toast, and the discount will be automatically applied at checkout. That's article.com/toast to get $50 off your first purchase for $100 or more. Article.com/toast. Sign on and furnish the shit out of your apartment.
Do it. Apparently you're talking faster than ever today.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And you know what? I actually thought that for a second, and now we're getting a bunch of comments.
I'm sorry. So let me give a fair read to the brand. That's article.com/toast. Article is a great, low-cost, high-quality furniture company. They have no middleman. That's how they're able to give you a good price. Again, that's article.com/toast. For your first purchase, $50 off if you're spending $100 or more.
Love to hear it. Smartphone typists are catching up to keyboard users, new study says. This is an interesting study.
Wow, that is interesting.
When it comes to smartphones, people are all thumbs. And that's not a bad thing, according to researchers who say the speed of smartphone typing is catching up with the speed of typing on normal keyboards. Smartphone users type only about 25% slower than keyboard typists, and some even reach a speedy 85 words per minute, according to a study from Aalto University and some other universities.
Okay, like I hear that, I get they're saying if you're really typing per minute, but something about using all my fingers on a computer makes me feel more accomplished, more fast. Like something, every time I send an email on my phone, I'm like, oh, this is so janky. This email's not gonna get there. There's something, I don't like doing official things on my phone. Like I do it when I have to, but if I have business to take care of, like I'm on my computer. There's something about utilizing all my thumbs and my index and my ring. Mm-hmm. Do you type with your pinky? No.
I don't know, maybe to hit that shift
enter
bar.
Yeah, caps lock. I prefer a keyboard, but I do definitely feel the call that like we are probably typing on our phones just as fast of a rate as we used to on our computers.
We're getting super fast. I'm actually such a fast typer on a keyboard.
Me too.
I could have been a speed typer.
Do you remember those classes?
Of course.
Those were the best. That and origami. Oregon Trail.
Mavis Beacon teaches typing.
Mavis Beacon, yes. And then also like when your ox died of sedentary in Oregon Trail.
Yeah, but it's like the smart kids were playing Mavis Beacon.
Totally. I used to love that game. I want to download a typing game.
I know, but you learned it was to teach you how to type.
That's actually so true. And I know that like people of an older generation like really have a hard time typing. Like Ben's parents, like
yeah, you do the 2 fingers.
Yeah, they have a computer in their house and like they cannot figure out how to print. Like anytime they need something, like Ben has to go over and do it. And it's really like a generational thing. Mm-hmm. And I think it has a lot to do with those classes.
100%. Like we were taking computer science classes, but it wasn't really science.
Right. And like
we go to
they
the
were taking like
lab.
home ec. I don't know how to sew. Do you?
No, I do not. That's true. Also an important skill. Why can't we take both?
Yeah, because now when I watch Friends, they talk a lot about home ec. Like the home ec class had to make a mascot costume for Monica because she was too big.
Or like they used to take wood shop.
Yeah, like those were the trades of the time period.
Yeah.
But I do wish I had taken a home ec class. I feel like I could have learned a thing or two about being a homemaker.
No, about sewing seems to be important.
What does home ec stand for? Education?
Economics? I don't know.
Interesting.
Someone will let us know.
Yeah,
it's
in the
definitely
comments.
neither of those things.
No, home eccentricity.
Yeah. This is an interesting study because it's now making me feel like soon, you know, if you are able to answer quicker on your phone, like why would you go to your computer? Except I'm actually incapable of answering anything on my phone.
I know, it's a terrible trait that you have.
It is, but I leave everything unread until I get to my computer.
But what if you see something like so pressing? Will you run home and do it on your computer? Or will you answer in that moment?
I would answer in that moment, but you know what I do sometimes that's like so bad is I'll get like an email that I won the lottery. Just like send back the letter Q to receive, and I'll be so excited. I'll screenshot. I'll send it to everyone.
Right,
and then I forget that I have to respond.
Yeah,
you know.
Oh, also, I wanted to give a personal update because yesterday was Yom Kippur and we couldn't do anything. I didn't jewel, and now I'm on day 2 of no jeweling. Like I'm done with it.
You are?
Yeah.
I wanted to give a personal update because this weekend I actually did jewel because I went out, but I wasn't drinking, so I was like, what am I going to do with myself?
Right.
But then I didn't jewel again, and this is like a really pivotal time for the jewel community. You know, I kind of am just waiting to, and there was another report
because there isn't like an official report that says juuling is bad.
The one that came out earlier this week that was like the mice who were vaping got lung cancer.
Oh.
So, and that was like the first time that vaping has been directly linked to lung cancer.
But also, like, we're not mice.
No, I know. I'm just gonna like wait this one out and see where the research sides. I'm gonna keep following up with it. I'm gonna stop juuling as much as I was doing because I wanted to do that anyway. And like, if we want to have like babies soon, knock on wood, like
we can't be juuling.
Can't be juuling.
Also, home ec does stand for home economics, and I'm feeling good. I'm 24 hours no jewel. It's so crazy because like I feel like I got hooked on my jewel so quickly. Like a couple months ago, I actually remember where I got hooked on my jewel.
I could probably trace it back.
Camp Toast.
Oh.
And you want to know why? Because like we were with our friend who jewels all the time, and like she was jeweling in the bunk, and I'm like, oh, I guess I could jewel in the bunk.
No, and it's like you can jewel in the morning.
Right? No, it's and then once you realize that,
jewel and coffee does sound good.
Yeah, and then once you realize that, it's like there's nowhere you can't jewel.
Yeah.
And I've just been jeweling like way too much. Like I used to really like party jewel, and I didn't think there was anything wrong with that. Like there's worse things I could be doing at a party than ripping a jewel. And then it just like took over my life, and like I was honestly thinking about the jewel all the time, and like honestly, I'm definitely itching for it right now. Like just talking about it, but I think I need to get like a full week clean, and then I'll be over it completely. Like, cause I used to not think about it at all. Now I think about it all the time.
Yeah, it's really true. Camp Toast was a jewel heavy environment, but also like my whole thing, like I feel like I'm never outside, and so when I'm outside, I want to breathe in the air. Like I want to fucking rip a jewel. But Camp Toast, we were outside the whole time, so like then I'm ripping the jewel the whole time.
Also, people have been asking. I've been getting a bunch of questions about Camp Toast tickets. When are they going to become available?
Holiday season.
Holiday season. It's going to be the same time as last year. Because if you want to get it for someone as a gift for Christmas, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa. Also, it is the same weekend. I've been getting a bunch of questions.
Memorial Day
weekend 2020. Spend your Memorial Day weekend with us. That way you have the Monday off. You don't have to miss anything.
And you know what? Like Memorial Day weekend, like is so overrated. I find like unless you have a wedding,
Jackie,
the weather actually like in New York is not always like good enough for you to like go to the surf lodge.
Yeah.
And it's just like a beautiful weekend in the Poconos.
I agree.
I don't want to jinx it, but like it's like cool enough that
but
we're
we've
not
now
all
done
sweating.
2 Camp Toasts. One where it was terrible weather, rained every single day, and one where it was so beautiful, it wasn't even that hot, but like the sun came out, we got to swim, but we were also not that hot at night. Like we got to wear sweatpants, and they were both great. Honestly, Rain or Shine, Camp Toast is fucking legit.
Yeah. Rain was cool too.
It's gonna be great. I can't believe we're going on our 3rd one.
I know.
And we have some really good things planned.
We do.
We actually need to like set a meeting to discuss.
To hunker down.
Yeah.
We've just been so busy. Merch is coming back soon, so
By
everyone.
the way, it's already been a week since we launched it on Friday,
Oh
right?
yeah, I thought today was Monday.
Today's Thursday, and we reordered on Friday, right?
Yeah, so it'll be available
a little over a
hopefully
week
next week. We'll give you guys the day. We'll give you a set time.
By the way, I know everyone was really annoyed, but I have to let you know, like, we ordered so many quantities. Like, we really had no idea that it was going to sell so well. And this is obviously a good problem to have, but I feel that you guys are annoyed and we totally understand you. This time we ordered so many fucking quantities that if they don't sell out, like, we are going to be literally broke. So just trust me, we are learning. And for everyone, I understand that like people were annoyed that they couldn't get it, and they said we would have rather waited 3 weeks, but that's not the case because people who ordered on Friday got their merch like a couple days ago. Like the time now is so quick that by the time you get from the restock, it's still shorter than
the
last
3
time.
weeks.
Yeah,
Right. We're ordering so many fucking teal sweatshirts. Like,
yeah,
we'll be wearing teal sweatshirts for the rest of our lives.
Totally. Bury me in a teal sweatshirt.
Totally. I fucking love that sweatshirt.
Me too. I wore it all weekend. It got me recognized by Jim Gaffigan.
I'm literally gonna wear it like all through LA.
Yep.
I love wearing Toast merch.
Me too. Honestly, it makes for just like easy wardrobe choices.
Mm-hmm. And it's like cute, pleeny content wherever you are.
And it's also just like the only negative is that it's a big sweater to pack. But I'm a checking a bag for LA week. I have too much to do.
I'm bringing like so many shoes.
Oh, do you want to go shopping?
I'm gonna go shopping today, and I was gonna ask if anyone wanted to come.
Well, I just gotta go get my eyebrows done and then.
Okay, that's cool.
Okay.
We'll meet up later.
Where should we go? Like, where do people shop?
I don't know. They like go shop, and then this happens to me like every 6 months. I'm like, you know what? I need new jeans. I'm gonna go like try some on.
Right.
At a denim bar.
Oh, no.
And then I just like have a mental breakdown.
I don't know who those denim bars are made for because it's like certainly not me or anyone I know. Like I hope that I could be the type of person one day who like walks into a denim bar and like finds a pair of jeans, you know?
Find success.
Right, in a denim bar.
But I just like don't have enough pants, like because I literally went to wear pants today and I didn't have what I needed. Like
no, and it's fall, you need some pants.
Yeah. We're falling into fall here.
Thank you guys so much for listening to Morning Toast. I wanted to remind you that I'm hitting up LA, San Diego, San Francisco this weekend and next weekend for my shows, the Dirty Jeans Tour. Tickets are available at girlonthejob.com. San Francisco is pretty much sold out. I added a second show. I think there might be tickets left to the earlier show. San Diego and LA have a few tickets left, so head over to girlonthejob.com. Jackie's going to be there. It's going to be so great. Margo's going to be there. It's going to be a family student affair. This has been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for spending your mornings with us. We really appreciate it, by the way.
We do.
The Morning Toast, the Millennial Morning Show, where we go live Monday through Friday, 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time on YouTube. So if you're watching us on YouTube, please subscribe, thumbs up, comment, the whole shebang. We're also available as a podcast, which you probably know if you're listening to us as a podcast right now. We are available on Spotify, on iTunes, on Stitcher, on Public Radio, iHeartRadio, CastBox, pretty much anywhere you can listen to podcasts. So subscribe over there, leave a 5-star review about how beautiful, stunning, and smart we are, and how you agree with absolutely everything that we say. We love you guys so much. Have an amazing Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow for Friday, gotta get down on Friday.